Hi folks, Joe Griffin here. Going to talk about the Citizens Bill of Privileges. We always thought that we had these inalienable rights as citizens of the United States. Sadly, I found this not to be true. The elected and the appointed have imposed resolutions, ordinances, and policies upon us citizens that we're not aware of until you get there. I'm proposing the Citizens Bill of Privileges. Point 1. The Board of Works, RDC, and City Council will all meet on the same night. I know that the Board of Works and the Council are just now starting to meet on the same night. We need to have the RDC in there. Reason for this is it will ensure the openness and readiness. These are the three that control most of the money and have most of the stuff going on for the city. So why shouldn't they be there on the same night all together? One right after the other. I can remember when there was a lot of meetings on one night, and they had that way, and it worked very well. Hopefully this will save the citizens some money. Next point. All other meetings will take place on a different night. Whatever night they ever want to come up with, if they want to have 2 meetings going at the same time, 3 meetings going on at the same time, and then have a series of them going, that would be great. Same purpose, openness, transparency. It won't start before 7. This way, citizens will only have to pick out 2 nights instead of 6 or 7 or however many there is in order to try to make all these meetings. Next point, no meeting starts before 7. In this day and age, as busy as we are, it's tough making 7 o'clock at times for a lot of people. So 7 o'clock would be a good starting point. Next point. Citizens will have a reasonable right to be heard at all meetings. That happens to be going on now, but I can remember not too long ago in front of a lot of people that's sitting up there right now, Council and RDC, to where they have worked on very complicated stuff for months and months, and even close to a year or more, to where us citizens on a good day was only allowed 3 minutes to talk about this issue, when it took them months to get going on this issue, to debate this issue, and to get it out amongst the people. I mean, if an issue's that complicated, 3 minutes is not long enough. You know, this will start communications, this will start transparency, this will start the chance for the discussion to be going. A good point in time when we had our open meeting up here for the roundabout up here, by the time we had it, it was too late. It was a done deal. We got up there and got our say. Nothing we had to say or do was ever going to change it. It started a short time thereafter. We need this policy in front of anything that uses the taxpayers' money. This has to come before. You know, after all, who's serving whom here? All business owners will have a reasonable chance to be heard at public meetings. That's a new point. They also pay taxes. The more businesses that we can get to come to Beech Grove and stay in Beech Grove will help lower the taxes. They are a vital part of helping the city grow and strengthen. They are just as vested as any citizen living in Beech Grove. Another point, all public notices will be posted on the city's website. This will aid in the transparency and the communications. You're going to have to post it. Why post it in several different spots that nobody's ever going to read? Be open, be public with it. New point, all plans that use tax dollars will be posted on the city's websites. Citizens have the right to see exactly where their money is going and what it's being used for. This would open up communications and transparency. There again, I'll bring in the roundabout. We never had a chance before. We never had anything to do. It just popped up. New point. All boards, commissions, and panels that use tax dollars shall report to the City Council every month. The Council is the voice of the people. They are a vital point of the checks and balances that our government is made up of. This will open up transparency. This is a vital part of that. Now, on some of these, the Council cannot do any real big action to some of these. However, they should be able to voice strictly what they have to feel, because they are the voice of the citizens, and get that straight. New point, ordinances, resolutions, and policies. that are passed by any elected, appointed board, commission, and/or panel or using tax dollars for the city shall be listed on the website and how each and every person voted. This will aid in transparency and will show exactly what went on. This will hold any elected and appointed or any other person that's on those responsible for what they have done. In the past, we're going to say, oh, I didn't vote for that or I voted for that. Here, we'll have a clear and open record. Next point, all elected positions will have debates, a minimum of 3. The citizens will not be charged for these debates. These debates will be taped and put on Beech Grove TV and on the web. Who amongst us has ever got a job without an interview? I've heard of some. It hasn't ever been me. How many jobs will hire you without ever interviewing you? You know, why should the appointed and the elected be held to different standards to where we can just go in there and stand? Are we going to trust that 30 seconds that we spend on somebody's front porch at the most? Or just those little catchwords that we see? Or those little pamphlets that are passed out on that? Are we going to trust all that stuff? Debates will put the person right where they need to be. After all, if you're afraid of a debate, then why are you on the council? If you're afraid of the facts and how you can handle them, why are you on the council? Especially since this is a vital part of the checks and balances for the citizens. They are the voice. New point. All meetings will be videotaped. They will be posted to the Beech Grove web and on TV within 48 hours. This shall include any and all meetings that use taxpayers' dollars and or has any effect upon the city of Beech Grove. This will ensure transparency. They'll tell you that they're taping them all. They may be, but they're not making them out to the web. Last time I looked on the Beech Grove website, just a day or two ago, there were still 0 out there, and there was plenty of them. Haven't seen any new ones for quite some time, even though they have the taping process going on. They're going to tell you whatever, but you know something? They can't afford it in this day and time and economy. This is priceless. Next point. The budget process shall start at the beginning of August. The website shall post ongoing draft revisions. The final budget shall be posted on the internet within 48 hours. This will start transparency for all to see. This will keep the citizens informed of any and all changes from the beginning. This will allow them to have their input upon the budget as it goes on. After all, who works for who here? I'll be putting these to the council in a series of ordinances from the very first meeting. The reason for a series is, for those that have watched, you can strike just one thing out of an entire ordinance and it kills it. And you may never get that ordinance back. It's a shame it has come down to all this in order to ensure the citizens' privileges. I have testified in front of several panels, committees, and the council, only to find what we're led to believe and what we're told to believe is not true. This series of citizens' privileges will ensure the citizens their right to their privileges. After all, who's working for whom? Are the elected and the appointed working for the citizens? Or are the citizens working for the elected and the appointed? You know, transparency and communications, that is the great equalizer. Thank you, folks.